Let us continue our this struggle endeavor of studying Bhagavad Gita, shloka by shloka, chapter by chapter, theme by theme, and add to our wisdom. It is so delightful to see you regularly, seriously, sincerely. It gives all the hope that there are some youngsters who study and live the Gita way of life, adding the modern, whatever the technologies, whatever the wisdoms that are helpful for one's own growth and the growth of the entire universe. Good. Keep it up. Be watchful of your life, world around. Just go on synchronizing, matching all the time, not contradicting to the world's growth. That happens when we are utterly selfish and egoistic. Just play the part as a player plays in a cinema in coordination with the entire other cinemas, other actors, and the whole story. So the story is the universal evolution. Each one is playing their part. You and I also play our part. The two evolutions are one, the outward comfort level of evolution, second is spiritual evolution. The comfort level of convenient level of evolution is scientists. They take care. You can be some of them. Apart from that, the spiritual evolution cannot be stagnant. That also be taken care of. And like the tunnel may, they have to make an exiting tunnel if any problem comes. That is always in the agenda. But that is done at the end of the tunnel made. Then only. But somehow they couldn't do it now. Actually 41 are trapped from last 15 din se. So we should not be trapped in this world of worldliness. We should have the open tunnel of the spirituality also. So, welcome. Be in that good mood of full awareness always. What is happening outside, inside, what has to happen inside, and your contribution outside, and how efficiently you are able to do what we are supposed to do. That we have to focus. So, to our own inner spiritual journey, how far we have quietened our mind, purified our mind, made the mind single pointed, awakened the intellect, made the intellect sharper, started using it for contemplation, and in that contemplation, we are understanding the subtle things which other even elders also don't understand. Being youngsters itself, if you can try, you can understand. What is the thing? The role and parts of emotions, which are negative, which are positive. Then the role of part of the intellectual correct understanding and assessment of the world, our relations, our limitations. तो ये सब जानना है. It's intellectual inner maturity. We have to grow. Like I must know. You are youngsters. I must teach Gita, and at that level, I have to talk to you. And I must know my limitations, your limitations. All these are inside me, my maturity. They are not put in paper, they cannot be shown. Isn't it? Your preciousness of time, I must know. You being youngsters, busy in so many things. Continuous tension, padai ka tension, naukri ka tension, promotion ka tension, transfer ka tension, marriage tension. Oh, how many you have? You're not a free bird like we the oldies. So I must know that. I have to soothe and you have to comfort you, console you, empower you, educate you, put you on right track with all the best of the words used, examples given, without harming you or troubling you. These are all my inner maturities which make it happen. And in and through this pipeline, I have to drive the Gita Jnanam to you. While doing so, I should not compromise with the sublime theme of Gita, which is nothing but moksha giving. Same time, I cannot bore you with that alone. I must be able to tell you how this Gita can be used for your daily life also. So this all I have to think. Same way, you also intellectual lethargy replaced by intellectual dynamism, and within you all the time in an inquiry. What exactly to be done, how it has to be done, what are the improvements that are possible. In that way, we have to evolve. That is what real human evolution. Then the highest is the inner spiritual identity, going beyond Stula Sharira, beyond the mind intellect, in the deep meditation, not deep sleep, my dear. Just going beyond all grasses and you are into subtle. Going to the subtle from the grasses, just like when you are engrossed in cricket match, subtly with your mind, your gross body कोई मच्छर काट रहा है या कोई चिल्ला रहा है, you are not aware of it. कोई कुछ चीज गिर गया, you are there only, thing is happening, but you are not aware. Why? You are not there in the gross world, you are in a subtle world. Good or bad, I am not telling. Subtle world. Good, subtle में good भी bad भी होता है. So, in your own mind, the subtle world of getting lost in some friend, the subtle world of wanting to destroy somebody, or the subtle world of how I have to improve in my study. You can be. When you are in that subtle world, you are not aware of the gross world time. कौन सा टाइम हो रहा है, कहाँ मैं हूँ, कौन चारों तरफ है, क्या हो रहा है. You are not aware. This is the meaning of subtlety. Meaning only I am telling. I am not telling good or bad and all. In that way, in the deep, subtlest self, when we meditate and realize we know all this is not real at all, then there's no problem. That is highest. But before that, as I said just now, at the mind like level, become clear in many understandings regarding your own life as early as possible. If you from this age onward start learning and maintain the learning aspect, so many great things you learn very soon in your life. They all will help you to your own evolution, help others also. If that is not done, you just remain as a bhogi of the world, some naukari and little money gained, no studied, nothing. Even your age is 60, 70, 80, you will be like your grandfather, grandmothers who are good for useless, nothing spiritually concerned. They may be great in their academics, their professions. They might be great things done. Army officer, they may be great doctor. इसमें मेरा प्रणाम उनको. But otherwise, spiritually bankrupt. Then I call that is a uselessness from that standpoint. They were so because they never tried from your age to go along with the worldly life, spirituality ko bhi. If you do this right from now, along with your life, spirituality, at that age, you'll be so filled, full with your all wisdom. Spirituality means coming to classes regularly, listening carefully, doing your own homework of Mananam Chintanam, study yourself the Gita, then note down the important knowledges regarding entire life, outer and inner. This is spirituality. Adi Atma. About you, your own achievements, outer and inner, your own real self, its identity, the thinking, the understanding, the practices to achieve this is called as Adhyatma Jivanam. Okay. So, having said so, let us start our day. Four topics: general topic, general chanting, then Veda mantra. We'll be doing the fourth Anuvaka today. It is small, so three times we do. Then we do the Gita, our beginning of the 20 values. Okay. Then we do our second mantra of Shiva Pratah Smaranam. Let's start. Om. 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 Sorry. सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्या भक्तिविद्या योगविद्या धर्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण स्मृतिदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव सिद्ध्यर्थं सना पुराणे इतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत ऋषिमुनिगुरु देवता दर्शनानुग्रह प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति द्वारा विश्वध्यात्मिक प्रगति द्वारा विश्वशांति कल्याण एकता पुरोविद्यर्थम अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापन कार्य निष्ठित अस्माकं सह समस्त आचार्याणां गुरूणां संस्थानां भक्तानां सावकानां साधकानां सेवकानां पूर्णायुरारोग्यैश्वर्य क्षेम स्थैर्य धैर्य धैर्य वीर विजयादि सत्संपदा शक्ति सानुकूलता साधना प्राप्ति द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्य दिग्विजयार्थम कस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां समस्तयुवानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं सर्वेषां युवानां हृदये देशभक्ति धर्मभक्ति मातापितृभक्ति गुरुभक्ति शास्त्रभक्ति आध्यात्मिक भक्ति धर्मभक्ति प्राप्ति द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थं श्री रुद्र प्रश्नांतर्गत चतुर्थोनुवाकस्य पारायणं तदनन्तरं गीता मातु त्रयोदशोऽध्यायस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं तदनन्तरं शिवप्रातस्मरण पारायणम् अर्थाविष्करणं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे आदौ रुद्रप्रश्न चतुर्थोनुवाकस्य वारत्रयं पारायणं 3 times we are chanting fourth anuvaka. ॐ नम आव्याधिनेभ्यो विविध्यन्तेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः उगणाभ्यस्तृगुं हतेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गृत्सेभ्यो गृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो व्रातेभ्यो व्रातपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो महद्भ्यः क्षुल्लकेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथिभ्यो रथेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सेनाभ्यः सेनानिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः क्षत्रुभ्यः संग्रहीतृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमस्तक्षभ्यो रथकारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुलालेभ्यः कर्मारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः पुञ्जिष्टेभ्यो निषादेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः ईशुकृद्भ्यो धन्वकृद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमो मृगयुभ्यश्वनिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वभ्यश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः ओम अगेन ॐ नम व्याधिनेभ्यो विविध्यन्तेभ्यश्च वो नमो नम उगणाभ्यस्तृगं हतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नम घृत्सेभ्यो घृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो व्रातेभ्यो व्रातपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो महद्भ्यः क्षुल्लकेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथिभ्यो रथेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सेनाभ्यः सेनानिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः क्षत्रुभ्यः संग्रहीतृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः तक्षभ्यो रथकारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुलालेभ्यः कर्मारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः पुञ्जिष्टेभ्यो निषादेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः इषुकृद्भ्यो धन्वकृद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमो मृगयुभ्यः शनिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वभ्यश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः once more ॐ नमः व्याधिनेभ्यो विविध्यन्तेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः गुणाभ्यस्तृगं हतेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः घृत्सेभ्यो घृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो व्रातेभ्यो व्रातपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो महद्भ्यः क्षुल्लकेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सेनाभ्यः सेनानिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः शत्रुभ्यः संग्रहीतृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः तक्षभ्यो रथकारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुलालेभ्यः कर्मारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः पुञ्जिष्टेभ्यो निषादेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः इषुकृद्भ्यो धन्वकृद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमो मृगयुभ्यः स्वनिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वभ्यः स्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः ओम शांति शांति शांति. So we have done the Vedic chanting. Good. Let us do our 13th chapter, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga. Friends, yesterday we have seen 13th chapter in the shlokas 6 and 7. Entire Kshetra along with its Vikara modifications, which is also naturally part of Kshetra, is in detail given. Contrast to that is we are Kshetrajna. The rules are Kshetrajna should not be disturbed by Kshetra. But still we feel suffering because of Kshetra, because of the ignorance born, delusion born, identification with the Kshetra, with the relation either as Aham or Mama, Mahyam. That means me, mine or for me. In these three notions we are relating with the Kshetra. Thus, Kshetra's problems are falling on us. If we only remain as Kshetrajna and anything to be done in this world as a functional individual, as a part of the total, only doing that much without any result expectation or ego formation or likes and dislike formation or the result orientation or again disturbed by the result, ये सारा कुछ भी आने नहीं दे रहे, तो you are a जीवन मुक्त actually. That is how the true Kshetra and Kshetrajna Vibhaga, we remain as Kshetrajna, not getting influenced by the Kshetra as a Kshetrajna. Enjoy the tamasha, what's happening in Kshetra without getting disturbed, along with experiencing ourselves to be the Kshetrajna. तो क्षेत्रज्ञ का आनंद लिया, क्षेत्र का नाच गाने का भी आनंद लिया. That's called moksha. To experience my real self, and I just entertained, I am entertained and enjoying the play that is happening in the not self. This is the purpose of Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga. ठीक है. Now, in those two shlokas, what is said about the kshetra, we will study now. Then the new topic is introduced by the Lord. About that, we give an introduction and we start doing that chapter also. First, इसको finish करते हैं. ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीगीता शरणं मम श्रीव्यास शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरुशरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम. ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ त्रयोदशोऽध्यायः. क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञविभागयोगः. Sri Bhagavanuvacha. Only once that chanting. 6th and 7th shlokas. महाभूतान्यहङ्कारः बुद्धिरव्यक्तमेव च इन्द्रियाणि दशैकं च पञ्चचेन्द्रियगोचराः इच्छाद्वेषः सुखं दुःखं सङ्घातश्चेतनाधृतिः एतत् क्षेत्रं समासेन सविकारमुदाहृतम्. तो यस chanted. So idam shariram kshetram. But the kshetram, the shariram, is a final product, final effect. It has got its own causes right from the cause one, in between so many. All of them fall in the category of kshetra only. Then you are a kshetragna. Now develop this thought with which just judge. Like cup and saucer has fallen and you become so miserable. यार इतना antique था, इतना important था, टूट गयो. You can cry. And the next time you can decide, "Arey, why should I become miserable for that stupid cup that is broken? In this world, daily millions of cups are created and broken. I will not get disturbed next time." Then next time, again it falls. You will not suffer that much. Falling and breaking is same. At the higher level of evolution, you fight with your wife and husband, and you use that cup and saucer only to show your anger by breaking, and that you enjoy, or that you feel a revenge taken. At the higher level, you enjoy the breaking, like in many places you see. Na? सबको तोड़ फोड़ को enjoy के youngsters do this नालायकपन. Breaking all as an expression of enjoyment. See, the cup saucer gave misery in the beginning, later on balanced. Now it is not giving. Because you have kept it away. What is the meaning of keeping it away? Just maintaining yourself as a kshetrajna and maintaining it as a kshetra. Our relation is बस देखो कुछ tension ना ले. One example I give. In the same way, whole world is kshetra. I am kshetrajna. And mind you, among the world of kshetra, millions of things happen every moment. Yet we are not disturbed by them. Some things with which we get identified unduly, that we become miserable because of. Rather, wherever we are miserable in this world, that is because of giving undue importance to the kshetra. That's it. इस तरह से समझ लेना इस बात को. Okay, now what is this kshetra in its totality? First, Mahabhutani, the 5 tanmatras, which are not seen by the eyes, ears, etc., these instruments. सूक्ष्म तन्मात्रा कहते हैं उनको, महाभूता. They have come from the samashti ahankara. Therefore, ahankaraha, second word. That came from the samashti antakarana. That is called mahat tattva technically. Therefore, ahankaraha, mahabhutani ahankara, then buddhi. Buddhi is samashti sukshma sharira. There mahat it is called as. Then avyaktamevacha. Even that mahat tattva came from the avyakta. Avyakta is the unmanifest stage of all these 3 gunas. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. From these 3 gunas only, this Mahat Tattva, the Ahankara, from that the Mahabhutani, everything come. So Mahabhutani 5, Ahankara, Buddhi, Avyakta. 3, total 8 are over. These all are Kshetra. I am the illuminator of them. I am Kshetra. Then the next set of 16 things. Indriyani Dasha. Look at your own body and in totality. These are all spoken from the total standpoint, please. Indriyani Dasha. All Indriyas in totality. Like I have an Indriya of looking with the eye. It's called Chakshur Indriya. You also have so many animals, they also have the Chakshu. So the total Chakshu Indriya Drishti is called as here Indriyani. So to listening, I listen, you listen, everyone. So that we are given that capacity, but it all is there in totality. Like totally in a shop, there are 25 soaps. Out of that, you paid money for one or two, you are given that. But totality may have sare, wholesale may. So to Indriyas are in the wholesale at totality level. A part of that is given to us. So here it is talked about the total. तो इन दैट पार्ट इज ऑलरेडी इंक्लूडेड सो वन इन नॉट वरी कि इंडिविजुअल के लिए नहीं बोल रहे एक को बोला तो दूसरा समझ लेना वट एवर इज देयर इन वेष्टि दैट अलोन इज देयर इन समष्टि याद रखना क्वांटिटी वाइज इट मे बी डिफरेंट like I am Vyashti, I have a Jnanam. Samashti is also Jnanam, but why is limited? Alpagnya and it is Sarvagnya. I have a Shakti, he has a Shakti. My Shakti is Alpa Shakti, he's got Sarva Shakti. I am Alpa Vyapi, he is Sarva Vyapi. That's only. Otherwise, qualitatively all are set. तो टोटलिटी के लिए बता रहे हैं टोटल महाभूतानि टोटल तन्मात्मास then total ahankara we have told already total mahatattva it is called as buddhi we said then total avyakrita prakriti that was the first 8 ones same way in totality only the next line mein indriyani dasha so in totality the karmendriyas of vak pani pavi pada upastha the jnanendriyas of shrotra tak chakshu rasana grana all these 8 in 10 indriyas. Okay. In Ekamcha, a coordinator of all these 10 called as the mind. He has to be there behind. Dasha Ekam. Then Panchacha Indriya Gocharaha. Then 5 objects of perception by 5 sense organs, like all forms seen by the eyes, shapes and forms and colors. All sounds heard by the ears of everyone or any of the Indriya Gochara totality. Mein. The Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandhas are the things which are seen by Indriyas. That is why they are called Indriya Gochara, which are called Vishaya in other language. So all the 5 Vishayas and other than Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha, there is no other perceptions that are there in the world. They are all outer one. You may ask, what about the inner mind's qualities and all? That will be told in the next shloka. We are going to study it. So now the 5 Vishayas which are seen by us, 5 Jnanendriyas with which they are seen thus, 5 Karmendriyas to respond, Pandra, 1 mind, Sola, 5 Tanmatras, 21, then Ahankaraha, 22, Buddhi, 23, Avyaktam, 24. These 24 which are called as Tattvas, all of them fall in the category of Kshetra. They are known by us, seen by us, perceived by us, experienced by us. We are not to be slaves to them. And that self which is empowering all of them, but not to slave, not a slave to any one of them, that selfhood is our real selfhood. That is our real self. Yaad rakh. Then only these things, some more? No. In our own mind, the modifications that happen, all of that also is the kshetra. For the only one common reason, ki they are known to me. And what is the relation? Kshetrajna is the knower and the kshetra is known. So anything known always falls in the category of kshetra, and who knows it called as kshetrajna. So the 7 things are told here. Ichha, Dvesha, Sukham, Dukkham, Sanghataha, Chetana, Dhrutihi, and such type of any of the mental thoughts or emotions are all of them. Whichever you say, I know, all of that is Kshetra. And the one who says, Ki I know, is Kshetrajna. So it started with Stula Sharira, and slowly we are going into the 24 tattvas. And even beyond that, in the Antakarana, the modifications that happen in the form of different thoughts, even that also is kshetra, not I, the kshetrajna. So what are they? Ki ichha, the desire of a thing or being from where you had a sukha earlier. That ichha, I know, okay, whenever I get a desire, I am aware of it. I know it. Therefore, that is known. That's why it is a kshetra, isn't it? My kshetrajna. And one remains a kshetrajna without giving value importance to the desire. After some time, the desire goes away. And desire is the biggest disease. If you try to fulfill it, it will never end. Goes on relapsing in one or the other form till we are totally destroyed. One after other life. Every life the desire destroys us. But you remain as Kshetrajna to desire, don't entertain it. Slowly it will reduce and you will recognize that without fulfilling desire, you can be a happy person. You can fulfill your duties. You can fulfill your spiritual ambitions. You can work towards that. The stupid desires that come in the mind, every one of them, every moment, you need not fulfill. If you fulfill, you become slave to them. If you don't fulfill, you get the freedom. With that freedom, you can pursue your higher spiritual goals and other goals. In that way is को आप समझ लो. I will not explain all that in detail because we have spoken them in the earlier topics. So ichha equal is dvesham. Dvesha. Dvesha is hatred towards someone who was a cause of dukkha. It can be an object, a place, or a person or situation, anything. And when I hate someone, I am aware of it. When I say बैंगन का सब्जी नहीं पता मुझे, what do you mean? I hate it. Are you aware of that hatred? Yeah, I know. Therefore, you are aware of that hatred. Therefore, you are kshetrajna. That thought of hatredness in the mind is kshetra. See the vibhaga. Throughout life, you are going on living, but combining with kshetra, kshetrajna. Now, because of the last 2 3 classes, you are coming regularly, you are given the clear understanding and truth. ये kshetrajna, ये kshetra है. Don't mix it up. Don't mingle it. Don't suffer. Ichha, dvesha. Then sukham. I know when I am sukhi. Is it not sukham? अच्छे कंफर्टेबल सोफा में बैठे हैं सुखम आई नो गुड प्रोग्राम आई एम सीइंग सुखम आई नो ए टेस्टी फूड इज गिवन सुखम आई नो somebody said good morning or did namaskar sukham I know somebody gave money sukham so they're all the sukham I know I am happy reasons can be anything so to dukkham we're aware of our dukkha also opposite example instead of sofa a फटा हुआ कुर्सी और चुभ रहा है वो instead of good food बासी खाना दुखम instead of somebody appreciating they insult us we feel that dukkha. Somebody instead of giving us some gifts, they took away what do we have. Become miserable. So that dukkha का भी मैं जानता हूँ हो रहा है. So I am the aware of the dukkha. I am knower of the dukkha. I am kshetrajna. Dukkha falls in the category of kshetra. You must know this thoroughly throughout life. So ichha, desha, sukham, dukkam, then sanghataha, the whole body which is the assembly of all Panchamahabhuta, that is known to me. Then the knowingness in the intellect, because of which all these things are known and functioning is happening. That's called chetana. That also kshetra. I know I am doing this work. To do that work, that knowledge is required. I am aware of that knowledge. That knowledge is chetana. Means Paramatma reflected in the Antakarana expressed as the knower and the instrument of knowledge buddhi. So I am aware of that buddhi and its capacity to know and identify with the buddhi's knowing and I say I know it. This चेतना जो निरंतर चल रहा है कि आई एम रिस्पॉन्डिंग टू द साउंड्स टेस्ट एंड स्मेल्स कंटिन्यू मैं डेड मैटर नहीं हूं मैं आई एम नॉट लाइक ए पत्थर कोई भी बैठ जाए कोई भी पत्थर है तोड़ दे उसको है ना somebody coming and breaking me I run away because there is a chetana in me that chetana is different from chaitanya okay in the pure chaitanya it is only consciousness that's it. Here, Chetana is the knowingness, which is the expression of consciousness at the intellect level. And who is a knower? Again, the Chaitanya Paramatma only, reflecting in the Aham Vritti. Aham thought mein Chaitanya Paramatma reflect hone se, that Aham Vritti become knower. In the Buddhi Vritti, then Chaitanya Atma reflects, he becomes the knowledge. The knower knows through the knowledge through the instrument of buddhi. So they all fall in the chetana. The last one is dhrutihi. Now holding on to the body with this chetana, that's called dhruti dharanam or any dhruti in general. Uh, Dhruti is your consistency. You are holding on to something. The involuntary dhruti is the body is intact till its prarabdha is over. Involuntary dhruti. Body is intact. It does its own self repair, inhaling, exhaling, going on. The heart beating, blood circulation, digestion. स्पेशली तुमको कुछ नहीं करना, वो अपने आप ही होते हैं और धुरती चाहिए उसमें. वॉलंटरी धुरती में तो यू टेक अप. I am student, therefore I will study. That dhruti. I am now employed. Properly I do the work. Dhruti. You are married now. Take care of the wife or husband, children. Dhruti. Is it understood? Holding on to Dhruti. I am a Desha Bhakta. Now the Dhruti in me. Geetha classes, come what may, let me take. In that way, from 400 and how many days we are doing classes? 417 days today. 417. At least 150 days will take more now. 5 महीने तो लगेंगे बिकॉज वी हैव 8 चैप्टर्स टू स्टडी. नहीं, 5 चैप्टर्स टू स्टडी. अभी यही खत्म नहीं हुआ. धृति, यू आल्सो हैव द धृति टू कम एंड धृति नॉट टू कम आल्सो. The firmness, fortitude, even that and such like of qualities, they all are in the mind and all of them therefore they belong to kshetra. I am kshetragna. So Bhagavan says that next slide, etat kshetram. This is kshetram samasena in short, not vyasena. Vyasa is in expanded quantification. समास में इन शॉर्टकट नटशट ने बताया आपको सविकारम उदाहृतम along with its विकार. So the main क्षेत्र is अष्टधा प्रकृति. महाभूतान्य अहंकार बुद्धि अव्यक्त में वच. Then उनके विकार हैं all which are said in the next line and subsequently. इंद्रियाणि दश पंचच एक इंद्रियाणि दश एकम पंचच इंद्रिय गोचराः. These are all the gross level. इच्छा द्वेष सुखम दुखम संघात चेतना धोति etc etc thousands of things. They are called विकार of the first 8 only. Therefore विकारों के साथ आपको पूरा क्षेत्र बता दिया है. Your choice to make it continue to be a kshetra and you don't get identified with them and suffer, or in spite of this knowledge received you get identified with the kshetra through aham mama and mahyama and get lost in your misery. ये तुम्हारी मर्जी है, हम तमाशा देखते रहेंगे. Okay, so in this way Bhagavan told us kshetra and kshetrajna. With this topic is over. I am the kshetrajna, all the panchamahabhuta, sorry, ashtada prakriti made, everything is kshetra only. Now comes a GNEYA Vastu to be told. What is the GNEYA? The ultimately to be known is our own essential self. How to know what is its nature? Bhagavan has to say. But to be able to listen all those things, should we not have the faith in it? Should we not have sufficient poise? Like a very deep mathematical or chemistry ka formula bata rahe mano. How concentrated you are to be in the class to grasp. Or when you have joined a profession, you are given a training 6 months in a 3-star hotel. So there throughout the day the classes. How concentrated you have to be able to listen and grasp it. How single pointed you have to be, how purified you have to be, how strong you have to be. Now, if these scientific things or any professional subtle things, to know them thoroughly without doubt, you have to have this type of inner faculty of intellect, isn't it? Even a music teacher, when teaches music, you have to be alert. When a driver teaches the driving, you have to be fully alert there with your intellect mind to understand every aspect. Even you have to learn the cooking. Not an easy job it is. Eating is very job easy. कुकिंग में हमको एक एक चीज जब बताते आपको सबको ध्यान से सुनना. When you are taught a warfare, if you are joined the army, in the same way, to know the subtlemost Gneya Vastu in ourself. Oh, very, very subtle it is. The faculty of our Antakarana intellect should be so differently subtle, suitable for that. Therefore, although Lord wanted to say as a next topic the Gneyam, Arjuna asked, na, Prakritim Purusham, Kshetram Kshetragnam, Jnanam Gneyam. So Bhagavan told Kshetra Kshetragna ho gaya. This body or Ashta Prakriti and every modification of it is Kshetra. I am the Kshetragna, it is said. Who knows it? Who cannot be otherwise told? एक सेट हो गया. अभी द नेक्स्ट सेट में भगवान वांट टू से ज्ञानम एंड ज्ञेयम. उसमें फर्स्ट यू वांट टू से ज्ञेयम, बट द ज्ञेयम कैन बी नोन only when the intellect is perfect, to inner equipment is perfect. How do we make that intellect inner equipment perfect? Is through the practice of some values. That is why from this shloka number onwards, numberings 8 onwards, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, in these 5 shlokas, 20 values Bhagavan tells. And he tells them, he calls them as jnanam. Because when these practiced thoroughly, then the equipment inside is prepared for purity and all the gunas which we told 2 minutes back. With that, the Gneyam Paramatma can be easily known. Therefore, the Gneya Paramatma को जानने के लिए मदद करने वाले होने के कारण all these sadhanas are named by the Lord as Jnanam. So it's not a Siddhanta Jnanam, Tattva Jnanam, but these are the values which will qualify for you to know the Jnanam. Therefore, the values themselves are called as Jnanam by the Lord. वो टाइटल दे दिया उनको. जो दान देता रहते हैं वो दाता जी है, उनका नाम बदल ही जाता है. बहुत करुणा रखता है, करुणामय है. Here also, these 20 values facilitate us to have the Jnanam of the Gneyam. Therefore, they are also called as Jnanam. 20 values. Now, these values which we saw in chapter 2, Prajatita Kaman, last chapter 12th, Adveshta Sarabhutanam, and now you will see Amanitvam, Adamittvam, then the next chapter, Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhi. These are all to be by-hearted in life, and the understanding of them should come thoroughly, and they should be continuously practiced and mastered by us throughout life, and any number of lives come to us, because they are the ones who purify our antakarana, with which either you succeed in the other world or in spirituality में कर्म योग करना, भक्ति योग करना, अष्टांग योग करना, ज्ञान योग करना, ये सारे आसाम से कर सकते हैं. So without practicing these 20 values and not improving the antakarana, forget our spirituality. Even doing our duties, our obligations also become a burden to us. And if these values are not practiced, opposite of these values come and corrupt our mind. Like if you don't put the antivirus, the virus will come and corrupt the files folders. So too, these antivirus of these values is not added, then the whole corruption of negativities in the mind, they crop up of lust and passion and greed and selfishness, ego and all. अब पूरा दिन जिंदगी सत्यानाश हो जाएगा. Therefore, one side, when you follow these values, protected from downfall. Once you practice the values, the intellect becomes qualified. With that, the Gneya Vastu you can know. And all this is first intellectual. When I speak to you, then you are seated and you are understanding all. Subjectively only you are using the Gneyata. Sorry, you are doing the values and gaining the Buddhist qualification, and you are searching the Gneya Vastu and discovering it to be your own self. That is why the need of the values. Therefore, from this shloka number of 8, 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, only 20 values are told. So we'll just spend time for studying them tomorrow. Today only I'll do the chanting of it. All the 5 I'll chant for you, ek flow mein. Then tomorrow we'll go into them steadily, properly. At least दिन में 4 भी देखा तो हमको 4 दिन में 5 दिन हो जाएगा. या दिन में 5 देख ले, 4 दिन में वो values को हम सीख सकते हैं. But remember, understand the value of values, value and respect the values, and express that respect and value of the values through practicing them. Then see how the life becomes so beautiful, so wonderful. मजेदार बात. They really, the positive such things, na, eliminate the negative and help make our mind and life healthy. Like you don't need to know everything how the washing machine works, but add the clothes and add the detergent. What is that? Oh, 50 minutes में साफ होकर आ जाए. So to practice these positive values, you will see the impurities of negativities automatically go away. Life becomes with full of the positive divinity and glow. I want everyone of you like that. Lord wants us. Geetha Mata wants. Vyasa Bhagavan wants us. Therefore, only they are giving all this knowledge to us. Let us start. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Tomorrow we'll do 2 or 4 times. Abhi just a flow. Amanitvamadam vetvam ahimsa kshantirarjavam acharyopasanam shaucham स्थैर्यमात्म विनिग्रह इंद्रियार्थेषु वैराग्यम अनहंकार एव च जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि दुःख दोषानुदर्शनम असक्तिरनभिष्वङ्गः पुत्रदारगृहादिषु नित्यं च समचित्तत्वम् इष्टानिष्टोपपत्तिषु मयि चानन्ययोगेन भक्तिरव्यभिचारिणी विविक्तदेशसेवित्वम् अरतिर्जनसंसदि अध्यात्मज्ञाननित्यत्वं तत्त्वज्ञानार्थदर्शनम् एतज्ज्ञानमिति प्रोक्तम् अज्ञानं यदतोऽन्यथा. How lucky we are that all these things are being taught to us, each of the values. भगवान करुणा, गुरु ऋषियों का करुणा हमारे ऊपर. Be youngsters, please be regular. Don't miss these Geetha classes. With the knowledge gained, become matured to see the whole life in different perspective, which otherwise you can't see, and all others are doing so, and just getting trapped only, not getting liberated. Okay? Wish you all the best. Geetha is done. Let us do our Shiva Bhagavan ka Pratah Smaranam. Second mantra. Meaning is Pratah Namami. Early morning I am saluting Girisham, the one who is there in the Parvatas. Then Girija Ardha Deham, the one who shares half of the body with Girija, the Parvati Mata. Then Sargasthiti Pralaya Karanam. He is the primordial cause for the Sushti Sthiti Laya of the entire creation. Then Adi Devam, he was the first Devata. Nobody were there at his time or before him. From him only everybody came. Then Vishwa Ishwaram is now the Lord of the created the Vishwa. Created Vishwa ka Ishwar hai. Kisko kab kya dena? Everything he knows. Then Vijita Vishwam. Vijita Vishwa, who is always the one who never defeated by the Vishwa, but he only conquers that Vishwa because Bhagavan Shiva has burned the desire. When you have desire, you are slave to the world. When you don't have desire, you are master of the world. So Vijita Vishwa, the Lord Shiva has won the world because he has burned the desire with his Jnana Chakshu. Who is the Vishwa? Then Manobhiramam. Lord Shiva is Abhiramam, giver of joy to the mind. वो फिर उसके लिए थोड़ा level of purity चाहिए. So one who is absolute Nastic, Shiva, Shiva Tattva, Shiva, Shiva Leelas, Shiva, Shiva Guna, Shiva, Shiva Mahima, when he doesn't know anything, for him Shivaji Lubha, oh, क्या कहते हैं शिव जी को सुनकर वो प्रेम में नहीं आते. So that amount of little bhakti, shraddha, faith we have, then with that, knowing the Mahima of the Lord Shiva, you are in touch with him through any of the upasana, then he will be found to be the Mana Abhirama. Means gives the joy to the mind because we remember him and gives all joys by blessing us with whatever we ask. That Shivaji, Shiva Manobhirama, Vishwa Manobhiramam, Samsara Roga Harana Oshadam. He is the medicine for the destruction of the disease called as Samsara Roga. संसार रूपी रोग को हरण करने वाले औषध रूपी है भगवान शिव जी, ने इनकी कृपा अद्वितीयम. Such Shivas are not two, is one without second. They are all to be contemplated, and with that the faith in Shiva should grow, and we should that way take his name and rules upasana with the clarity of goal and faith that he will definitely bless us. Very powerful are the thoughts which we are sharing in this class every day. थोड़ा गौर से लेना. I can't give more time because I have to do my Geetha and so many other classes. थोड़ा में ही पूरा आपको समझने का बुद्धि की सूक्ष्मता होनी चाहिए. Anyway, let us chant. Om Ata Shri Shiva Prata Smaranam. Om Prata Smarami Bhavabhiti Haram Suresham Gangadharam Vrishabhavahanam Ambikesham Khatwanga Shula Varada Bhayahastamesham Samsara Roga Haranaushadam Advitiyam Pratarnamami Girisham गिरिजार्धदेहं संसाररोगहरणौषधम् अद्वितीयं प्रातर्नमामि प्रातर्नमामि गिरिशं गिरिजा sorry again प्रातः स्मरामि भवभीतिहरं सुरेशं गङ्गाधरं वृषभवाहनमम्बिकेशं खट्वाङ्गशूलवरदा भयहस्तमीशं संसाररोगहरणौषधम् अद्वितीयं प्रातर्नमामि गिरिशं गिरिजार्धदेहं सर्गस्थिति प्रलयकारणमादिदेवं विश्वेश्वरं विजितविश्वमनोभिरामं संसाररोगहरणौषधम् अद्वितीयं प्रातर्भजामि शिवमेकमनन्तमाद्यं वेदान्तवेद्यमनघं पुरुषं महान्तम् नामादिभेदरहितं षड्भावशून्यं संसाररोगहरणौषधम् अद्वितीयं प्रातः समुत्थाय शिवं विचिन्त्य श्लोकत्रयं येऽनुदिनं पठन्ति ते दुःखजातं बहुजन्मसञ्चितं हित्वा परं यान्ति तदेव विष्णोः हित्वा परं यान्ति तदेव विष्णोः इति श्री शिवस्य प्रातः स्मरणम् ओम शांति शांति शांति. We have done this, we have done Geetha, we did our fourth Anuvakam Rudra Patha and also our earlier chants. That's how our today's day beautifully spent. Gratitudes to you and credits to you too. ओम दुर्जन सज्जनो भूयात् सज्जन शांतिमाप्नुयात् शांतो मुच्चितबन्धेभ्यः मुक्तश्चान्यान् विमोचयेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमयो पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो परमर्षिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमः गीतामात्रं तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. बोल श्री गीता मैया की जय. श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. वेद व्यास भगवान की जय. सद्गुरुदेव भगवान की जय. आज के आनंद की जय. समस्त श्रोता भक्त साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु गण की जय. सांब सदाशिव भगवान की जय. धर्म संस्थापक गण की जय. समस्त युव मंडली की जय. भारत माता की जय. सनातन धर्म की जय. वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृति की जय. आध्यात्मिक जीवन विधान की जय. थैंक यू. See you tomorrow, dear friends. Don't miss the classes.